Ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages, welcome to another Road to 10,000 CTP. No, it's Thursday night. It's actually Thursday Night Live on the glorious Zuckerberg social media network that is Facebook, as well as on the D-Tubes and the YouTubes and the MyTubes and YouTubes. I'm John Go. That's Blaine. We're here for the party. And we got a ton of stuff to talk. Of course, it wouldn't be a webinar without us saying we've got a ton of things to talk about. You can't see it looks like a blank piece of paper, but there's lots of stuff I have written down, tons of notes to go over. Let's dive right in. We'll see. We'll do updates with Blaine first. How about we start it off with updates from Blaine, things he might be working on, things he might want to divulge. I put P1 in one of the screenshots I did for a blog post, and it got a couple of questions on Steam. People were like, "What's P1, John? What's P1?" You guys will figure it out. Anyways, Blaine, do you have anything? Do you updates from Blaine? How about that?
I don't even know what P1 is. So
Plus.
Oh,
yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
So that'll happen sometime eventually. But right now I'm in the middle of creating the new CTP, and I know we just launched, and we just got a new CTP. Why do we need another new CTP? Because it's never good enough.
Never.
Plain and simple. We want to make it the best that it can be, and continue focus where we want to focus on CTP. Phase 1 was all about testing, getting things right. Phase 2 is the stage where we open things up and get everything moving along, and that includes refining CTP. What we realized very quickly was the current CTP doesn't work for our dream, our big goal. So we need to fix that, and that's where I come in. So that's what I've been doing in the background. That's why I'm not on chat very much or anything. I'm just trying to get it as great as possible. So there's going to be some reformatting to things as well. I've already got plans to reformat how the scavenger hunt works, how the unicorn emails work. We're going to fix everything, and we're going to align it up just as good. There shouldn't be any changes on the user end, but everything on the backside will be much smoother, much faster, and a much prettier environment is the goal.
I like
setting up for the future of CTP.
Prettier environment. That's very tender.
Or what I like to call CTP 2 and CTP 3.
That's creative, man. That's epic creativity right there. Let's call it CTP 2 to CTP 3. Anyways, the big thing though that and we touched on this on Monday night, and I just want to reiterate this. You guys you'll notice like the changes, it'll look nice and pretty, but you're not gonna have to relearn things. That's really big. So it's more for us to be able to grow more and to give you guys more functionality. I think if you are stagnant in this business, you're dead. And it's funny, Blaine said we just relaunched. CTP's actually been relaunched for half a year now. So it's not like this is a brand new relaunch. Listeners, on the other hand, couple of weeks, but you know, and this is again part of phase 2 is that we want to keep improving. We want to launch the programs, get all of these programs back, crushing it full force, but improving each and every day. I think you really need to do that as a business person, which is the perfect segue into the stuff I actually have written down today. We're going to talk about doing things every day, and we're going to touch on the 2020 vision spearheaded by the CTP community, headlined by Jennifer Nieto, the Pixie Post. We'll talk about that. We're gonna morph into why I think it's so important to follow along with the 2020 vision, hopefully to get you guys involved in it as well. Me, myself, I did a video today though, but also something that's right up here, I wrote down, gamify everything. And it's gonna, my vision for tonight's webinar is going to go into this, but we're gonna go from CTP 2 to 3. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go in sequence here. So first of all, let me highlight, I put this on Facebook about an hour and a half ago before the seminar, and I said, the one thing about online business and succeeding in online business, to me, it's community. And it's one of those buzzwords. It's one of those buzz terms. Like, yeah, you really need a good community. Everybody says they're all about community. But then you see what's actually happening at CTP, specifically on the Steem blockchain with CTP Token and the CTP Tribe. Jen spearheaded this movement, and I want to highlight her, and as well as everybody, you know, Zoltan to Eliana to Eric and everybody that's been taking part in this. Jen was inspired by a guy named Nathan Mars, one of the best guys I ever met in my life on the Steem blockchain. He created this movement on Twitter where he was trying to raise awareness for the Steem blockchain. He called it 777. The whole idea is that you did 7 actions. It could be like push-ups, it could be anything, but you do this for 77 days and you put it out there on the blockchain, you put it out there on Twitter, and you raise awareness. So Jen and I think Russell were talking back and forth kind of just at the beginning of the year, and they said, let's do this 2020 vision thing. And Jen kind of said, I got the perfect idea. I'm going to take that 2020 vision and I'm going to put it into kind of a revamped and relaunched 777 from Nathan. And this was just perfect. So she started this up. You saw Eliana jump right on it. Zoltan jumped right on it. Eric Gustafson jumped right on it. A whole bunch of people on Steem jumped right on it. But this is the nugget. I'm encouraging you guys to take action and be part of this community and be part of what Jen is doing. But I want to highlight where we're going to get to this, but we got to get to the middle part. Then we get to this. The middle part of this kind of webinar talk that I wanted to give is how important it is to do something. You can jump in at any time, Rob. Absolutely. It's really important that you do something every day. And this is where I think Jen has something really special with 2020, because it encourages you to do something every day. And this is affiliate marketing success in a nutshell. Taking your progress and doing something each and every day, be surrounded by a supportive community, you're gonna grow. Do you know, have you noticed one of the biggest things that happen with people online is they're like, you know, I'm really excited. I'm going to do this. I'm going to get into it. They might do 1 or 2, and then it's just silence. It's just quietness. They don't do anything. They're not pushing themselves. They're all excited for like a week or 2, then they disappear. People are really, really pumped up for something new. They leave it. They give up. This is where you find the winners and the excuse machines in online business. You find the winners, the people that are actually doing something each and every day, compared to the people that find excuses and a whole list of reasons why they can't do something. This is where you find success. This is a really good program and initiative that Jen is starting here to get anybody that's in this little bubble where they're like, I don't know if I can do this. I don't really have the courage to do this. Well, here's a community that will support you while you're growing, while you're doing this stuff each and every day. It doesn't have to be push-ups. For example, my video today was talking about how I made a list of things for 4 days in the work week and checked it off. That's not a physical activity, but it's me doing something every day. And this is, if you really want success in this business, if you really want success in ClickTrackProfit and list building and content marketing and your Steem journey, your CTP tokens, whatever, you have to be consistent. This is the golden nugget, the chalice of all successful things. You can learn all the information in the world. Knowledge is not power if you don't do anything with it. You have to take action. You have to be committed to this and consistently be doing things each and every day. This is why we have it in CTP, 3 steps to success. Do them each and every day. Not too many people have taken us up on the Periscope one. That's the running joke. But the point being is that we put those in there to get you guys in the habit of creating every day. Why we built CTP Talk was to get you guys into the habit for creating every day. You do not need to knock it out of the park. This is the big thing. You do not need to knock this out of the park every day. You don't need to create an epic masterpiece, or you don't need to do 4 push-ups perfectly like Blaine would do because he would show you how to do perfect push-ups. You wouldn't have to do, you just need to do something. You need to do something each and every day, regardless of how grandiose it might be, how huge it will be. you have to do something each and every day. If you want encouragement for this, get in touch with Jen, get in touch with Eliana, let them know you want to take part in this 2020 Vision Challenge, and just roll up your sleeves and do something every day. And we'll let the perfect push-up man Blaine touch on this, and then I'll segue into this here. But Blaine, what do you think?
You have to do things. It's just that it doesn't have to be the perfect push-up. It doesn't have to be the perfect email. It doesn't have to be the perfect anything. You have to do things. You have to learn from those things. Yeah, I mean, it's so simple how to do it. And we're going to have something to help you with that in the near future as well.
Is that a book, Lisa? Yeah, we have something if that's a book, please, I will have to Google that. Yeah, that's exactly it, Jen. It's some people are worried about they have to do push-ups when they're not able to. Yeah, it doesn't have to be physical activity. Every single one I've done for the 2020 Vision has not been, obviously, like, I mean, take a look. I'm the one who should be doing the physical activity stuff, but I'm doing, all the mind stuff. My mind's working all the time. We have a tool that's coming out soon. Obviously, it's the P1 video training courses and stuff, but let me tell you about a little program that you guys might have heard about. It was launched a couple of weeks ago. It's called Listeners. This helps you do something every day, which is pretty cool. Inside of Listeners, and it's funny, I went to Rob's talk today. He did a Traffic Leads to Income show this morning, and he was talking about Listeners and how you can basically set this thing up to email each and every day. Now, you can set this up with the business upgrade. You can send emails out and it's taken care. So you might be like, John, that's not taking action every day. The site is doing it for you. But logging into Listeners every single day gets you into the habit of looking at your numbers. I don't know about you guys. I have the business upgrade. Obviously, I own the program. I think, I'm going to be a product of my product, so I'm actually going to use the stuff I own. But I log in every day, and I look at those numbers, man, and that to me is a fantastic habit. If you want to get into the consistency thing, looking at how you're doing every day helps you judge your performance, your output. So this is what I do for Listeners. I log in, I make sure I set up my emails. I do send emails pretty much every day. I don't set up the schedule. I like doing it manually. That's just me. I'm really weird. But what I like looking at when I log into Listeners is those numbers. Those numbers, my open rate, my click-through rate. Like, what was I getting? What headlines worked? Did this headline work? Did the body get a lot of conversions? What made people open and click these emails? And I look at these numbers and I dig into it, and it is a fantastic habit to get into. That way you should not take analytics as gospel, okay? Tracking is fantastic. The big nugget with tracking is to give you a good idea of what's working and what's not. Look at areas where you can improve upon. So for me, part of my daily routine now, I don't put it up on my list because it's kind of one of my, if you guys have gone through the owner's training at ClickTrackProfit, hopefully you have. If you have gone through the owner's training, you'll see that one of the lessons I talk about is creating a daily schedule of tasks that I do each and every day. Checking emails, support tickets, social media, et cetera, et cetera. That's part of my daily habit now. Logging into Listeners and checking out my stats. As an email marketer, it's just, oh my gosh, it's like, it's heaven. It's absolute bliss to go in and you see, like a couple of weeks ago, or not a couple of weeks ago, about a week ago, I'd say I was emailing and my numbers kind of went down. And have you seen my headline now? What's my headline? Everybody reading Listeners emails? You should. My headline is back to John Olson sucks. Guess what happened to the click-through rate? Boom. Through the roof. Through the roof. Through the roof. Because I saw, okay, it's dipping. I need to grab a little bit more attention. I need to spend more time, a little bit of shock and awe on those headlines. The headlines are what matters in viral mailer mailings and email marketing mailings for that matter. But anyways, the point being, you want to get into these daily habits of consistency of doing things. Listeners helps me personally keep on track with how I'm doing with my viral mailer campaigns. Yeah, but Jen, it's funny. This is, and Rob will actually tell you this because Rob was around when I used to do this a lot. A lot of banners I used to use. One of the biggest banners I ever got, the biggest click-through rates I ever got on a banner was something that said "spam my forum," and it linked to Net Marketing Forum, my old marketing forum that I used to run. I used to do John Olson Sucks all the time. Massive amounts of click-through rates on text links, banners, you name it. It's amazing. It's absolutely amazing what you can do when you're a little creative with the headlines. And this is what logging into listeners every day does for me. I can judge how my email marketing is going, how my open rates, how my click-through rates, all of this stuff works kind of like as a pulse. I'm putting my finger on the pulse to see, okay, is this working? Is this not working? What's, so it's fantastic. Obviously me and Blaine are going to say, hey, you should be in listeners. You should be using it. You should upgrade. Yeah. Don't listen to us. Listen to Mike Dell. Listen to the people that are actually using this stuff each and every day. See what they say. Listen to Rob Gearing. See what they say about it. Don't take our word for it. Listen to the people. But I do use this personally because it's such an awesome way. And if you're a kind of numbers geek, I'm weird. I am a numbers geek for certain things. Other things I don't really care about. Open rates and click-through rates and emails, I'm all for. Just love it. It's something about it that and I love seeing the history of it. It's just something to keep you focused, right? Yes, exactly. Jen, it works. Now, you can't be too, you can't be too crazy with the headlines. A lot of people are, but I did that for a reason. Like, John Olson back in the day, there was people that were fans of John. There were people that hated John. And I played off that. I played off the fact that the people that really hate, back in the day, I was kind of like a Howard Stern in the industry. People wanted to hear what I would say. They hated me, but they tuned in anyway because they wanted to see me turn red. And it was the running joke. So I said, you know what? I'm going to leverage it. I'm going to start making banners that say John Olson sucks and John Olson's a piece of crap. And I'm going to, and through the roof. Like, people wanted to see who was talking smack about John. Sadly, it was John talking about John. It just kind of backfired on, oh, damn, it's not someone saying negative stuff. But you gotta be in the right place, I think, to do things like that. But it's fun. It was fun. Hi, Blaine. How you doing?
Yeah, even I saw that email and I was like, I need to read this. Then I was like, oh, it's John sending it.
It's just John being John. Yeah. No worries, Kimberly. Thanks for coming. Okay, so, well, they were epic, but it got me into a lot of trouble, Jen. Be honest, I'll be brutally honest. I burned a lot of bridges over my years. I'm trying to get better. I'm really working. I said this to Blaine today. I said, I'm in the business of making people happy these days. That's literally what I told him in Telegram today. I'm trying to turn a new leaf, but no one's perfect and we're all human, and sometimes you wear your emotion on your sleeve and it gets you into trouble. I'm not going to get into trouble tonight because we're segueing into I was talking about, this way of kind of keeping on track and logging into listeners and how exciting it was to see your numbers. This is where I think we can have a lot of fun with our affiliate marketing journey. And I'm going to call this talk Gamify Everything. Gamification and gamifying is a buzzword that's thrown around the business, and a lot of my shirt, a piece of fluff. It was annoying me. Anyways, gamification and gamifying is a buzzword that's thrown around the internet, and a lot of people I don't think understand what that is. For example, putting a hangman fill out the boxes while you surf game, that's not gamification. That's not gamifying something. That's just throwing a little fad into your business. Gamification is putting a game on top of something that's already there, right? So, for example, badges. Badges are a perfect example of gamification. This is why people are reading emails and listeners, and just like Mike said, they're getting badges for reading the emails. The game is placed on top of the technology that's already there. It's already there. Go to listeners, open emails, click the links, you get your tokens, you get your credits, you can use the system. That technology and is already there. The gamification is the badges put on top of it. Hey, you're doing this, but look what else you get. You get this. Oh, you're going to want to collect these badges because if you collect this much, you unlock this. So the more you use this technology that's already there with a game on top of it, that's gamification. People throw around that term all the time. Now, what do I mean by gamify everything? You're going to read emails, right? You're going to send emails. You're going to collect cryptocurrency. You're going to write blog posts. You're going to try to make affiliate commissions. You're going to network with people. You're going to do all of these things already. So don't even think about it. Don't think of any game or anything. No matter what, you're still going to do all this. You're going to do this no matter what. If I give you a badge or not, you're still going to read the email. If I give you a high five or a unicorn or not, putting it into CTP terms, you're still going to read the emails. You're still going to open the emails. God willing, hopefully. But now let's say to ourselves, how can we reward ourselves and kind of like make this a game so that, just like Jen said, it encourages us to keep going? Well, in the gaming world, it's amazing. I'm actually going to put a Call of Duty lesson in here. This is depressing. You guys are going to learn something about business from me playing video games for 40 years of my life, literally. There's a very, very popular game right now out there called Call of Duty. Call of Duty works like this. It's a first-person shooter, which means you basically you're a little warrior, and you go out there and you go against other guys and you shoot other guys and you win the match, right? GG, exactly, Jen. Yeah. So you take this game, and depending on how good you do, you level up. So every time you get a certain amount of XP for playing the game, you level up. Does this sound familiar? Well, it should. It's all inside of CTP. Once you get to a certain level, you get to a higher level, so on and so forth, right? But the end goal is for us, the players, to get to the highest level possible. Well, how does this work in business? Check this out. Everybody remembers this. This is my world famous, right? My world famous 274. My stock content. One of the more popular lessons I've ever given over the years of doing business online. 274. This is actually, you can gamify this. Because if you do this times 365, right? It's basically $1,000, give or take. You do 2740 times, 364, 365, 10K, and then 274 times 365 equals 100K. Okay, so gamifying your affiliate commissions, right? I don't know if you guys can see this. You make $2.74 a day. For an entire year, you'll get $1,000 in affiliate commissions. This is good. But we want to level up. Let's gamify it. Let's put a target date using SMART goals, using goals in our 3 steps to success, et cetera, et cetera. Let's put a goal that we've hit this in the first 3 months of online business. Now, let's take what we've learned and let's level up to 27. Let's level up to $27. And now if you get $27 a day for 365 days a year, you've made 10K. 10K puts you in about the top 1% of all income earners online. Guaranteed. But you gamify it. You say, okay, what are the techniques or strategies I used in my game to get here? Let's put it into this. Let's put it into this. Let's keep learning. Let's keep leveling up. Okay, that's for affiliate commissions. We're gonna be is this exciting? Come on, Blaine, you're not like getting pumped up, man.
So while you're doing that with the whiteboard, everybody should know that John and I have gamified our admin area. Like we have little red and green color things when we meet certain objectives, and we're talking about the 274 a day thing. That's exactly what we do inside the admin area, so that every time we log in, we see this pretty red green Christmas tree of every single day of everything that's going on. We're gamifying it for ourselves. We're not just telling you to do it, and we're not doing things and building badges and all this other stuff. Yes. Our entire admin section is gamified for this purpose because it makes it more fun, especially when I log in. I want to see something cool. Stats are great, and I call it John's stupid Christmas tree. It does look good, and it does have its function.
We want it to be evergreen.
Yeah, we do want it to be evergreen. Right? It's mostly red right now. So
yeah, it's mostly red. We want it to be green. We have numbers we want to hit, and once it's green, it's awesome. So yeah, just like Blaine said, like we gamify our admin section, right? But that's money. That's money aspect, right? Affiliate commissions, 274, our admin stuff, that's all money related or affiliate commissions related, right? How do you gamify something like subscribers? Okay. Okay, so subscribers, something like this. You can set this up for yourself. Easy, easy peasy. Yeah, the color coding too really helps, Jen. Let's say you want to build your affiliate marketing business and you want to get 5 new subscribers a week. Okay, so you set up your goal. You say, okay, I want to hit this by the end of the month. At the end of the month, I want to be getting 5 new subscribers a week, which would be 20 new subscribers a month. Then I would reach level 1. I'd be level 1. And you check it off. You have your little game board you can create, and you just have boom, 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 boom. You write it out. You're good to go. You level up to level 2. You want to get 10 subscribers a week. So you set up a game plan where, okay, at the end of 3 months, this is where I want to be. I want to find out how I got this using my tracking, log it into listeners, what got opens, what got clicks, etc. Now I want to get to level 2. I want to get to 10 a week. Then I want to get to 20 a week to level 3. That should be level 3. Was it level 4? Level 3. Level 3. So you see, this is how you can gamify list building. But wait, there's more. The lesson is gamify everything, not just gamify affiliate commissions. So let's say you want to gamify steam power. Okay, steam power, easy. And you can do this very easily. A really good tool, if you guys have ever followed me on any of the blog posts I've written about this, steamitboard.com is absolutely fantastic. You can actually judge. I do this, again, like when me and Blaine are talking about this stuff, we're actually practicing what we preach. I literally write down every single thing that I'm doing, and I write the date down and how I'm doing when it comes to steam power, what I'm earning each and every day for my experience on Steam. Gamify your Steam collecting. Gamify your crypto collecting. Well, if you want to hit 5 steam power a week, You do your numbers, you go, okay, I need to curate this amount of stuff. I need to engage with these amount of people, make it a game. I do all this, I've hit level 1. Okay, I want to level up. I want to level up to level 2. I want 20 or 10 Steam Power a week. How do I do this? How many people did I engage with? How much Steam Power did I invest? How many people did I curate? How many people did I comment on? How many blog posts did I make? How many CTP Talk blog posts did I make? You do all this, before you know it, you're at 20 Steam Power a week, you're level 3, etc., etc. So the nugget, the lesson tonight is how we gamify everything. It doesn't have to be just affiliate commissions. It can be lists. It can be crypto. It can be, you know, affiliate commissions, crypto, subscribers, blog posts, anything that, again, comes back to where we're talking about at the beginning of the night, where you want to do something every day. Make a game of it. Write this stuff down and color code it like me and Blaine do. Put a big board, get a whiteboard or get one of these calendars, a monthly calendar, and literally every time you hit a goal, green check mark. Every time you don't hit a goal, red X. And your game, your goal at the end of the month is to have more green check marks than you had red X's. You have now gamified your +1 every day type stuff, which we'll talk about in a week or two with the launch of +1 success. But do you see what I'm going with this? The big nugget is you're already doing all this stuff. You are already doing all this. Make a game of it. I want to get to level so-and-so on Steam. I know to get to level so-and-so, I need this amount of Steam Power. Okay, let's gamify it. How do I use Steam at board. That's how I gamify it. I write it down each and every day. Has it gone up? Is it going down? Well, if it went down, what was I doing that day to make it go down, et cetera, et cetera. So this will change your experience and journey online. You've just got to make it fun. This is supposed to be fun. This is not supposed to be boring. This is supposed to be exciting. And when you start clicking on all cylinders, you start knocking it out of the park, you will be so excited with what you've accomplished because you're beating your own game. Like you're actually creating this game, the game of Blaine, the game of Russell, the game of Jen, whatever you want to call it, and just get more green check marks than you got red X's. And you do that, I guarantee you will level up your experience so quickly, so mind-blowingly quick. Your future self will thank you now, okay? You in a year from now will thank yourself now that you started doing this and keeping track of things and gamified your experience. Gamify it all. Absolutely, Russell. This is a technique that's not unique to me talking about this tonight. They talk about this all the time in different, Dave Ramsey, if anybody knows who Dave Ramsey is, he has this thing called the debt snowball, where he gamifies debt reduction. It's absolutely brilliant. You want to know why it's brilliant? I did it about 10 years ago. I didn't want to have all those credit card bills and all that crazy stuff. So what did I do? I read a couple of his books and I did the debt snowball. I took one debt, paid that off, put what I was paying, and then debt snowballed it into the other one. It was a game. It was the most, and I'd sit there on my side of my desk with my whiteboard, crossing things off as I hit each goal. I gamified debt reduction. Like I'm telling you, when you set games up to do what you're already doing and you level up, it'll change your experience. It'll absolutely change your experience. I'm gonna have a sip of water because I just talked for about 20 minutes without giving a break.
It's easier than most people realize to gamify everything, even if it's a simple game, like our Christmas tree thing, or like the badges or something like that. And you can easily build it, or you can pay somebody to build it. That's what we do. It's really easy. Fiverr's great to gamify everything and make a game out of it. And it doesn't have to be anything more than using a whiteboard and going, this, and this equals level 1. This, and this equals level 2. And that's all you really got to do. It's super simple, and it makes it fun, and it makes it more entertaining, and more, it interests you more to keep going back and keep doing it and keep checking it. So, and then every time we get anywhere close to all greens in our Christmas tree, I go in and I make the game harder.
He does. It's awesome. Yeah, Lisa, it's like, I mean, for me, I'm results driven too, but the thing about being an entrepreneur, right? And this is tough, because if you're in a traditional workplace or work environment, you get up, you go to your job, if you do your job, you sit there for a certain amount of hours and do the tasks that you're supposed to do. If you're at the end of the day, you go home every week or every 2 weeks, get paid. So you can even gamify that to an extent. But as an entrepreneur, you kind of have to hold yourself accountable. And holding ourselves accountable is really, really hard. Like, we'll say all the right things, right? Like, hey, I'm all for building a business online. I know I need to do this, this, and this, and this, and this. Oh, look, something's on Netflix. Like, I mean, that's kind of how we are. We've got the attention span of goldfish. Like, we're notorious for brushing things off and putting things off. This, though, little bit of personal responsibility, yeah, but it's personal responsibility in the form of a game. You've created a game around it. And now you're like, okay, well, if I have to reach this level to get this unlock, which is, let's say, 10 SP a week or something like that, I know I need to do this, 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 this. And then I need to keep doing this, 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 and this if I want to level up to level 3 to get to 20 steam power a week. It's a really easy thing to say. It's harder to do it, right? Especially being entrepreneurs. You got to hold yourself responsible and accountable for your own actions. Your boss is basically you or your customers, but you don't have someone over your shoulder going, hey, you got to do this. This is the nugget. This is the way you're already doing this stuff. Now let's put a game on top of it, make it fun, make it accountable, and it's results driven, because now you're like, okay, I have to do this, this, and this to get to level 1. Okay, I've done level 1. How did I get there? Well, now you have a track record of, you can see, okay, I did all of these things to get to level 1. How do I get to level 2? Well, do what you did to level 1. Now just plus 1 a little bit. Do a little bit more. Push it a little bit more. Instead of 2 subscribers a day, go for 3 subscribers a day, right? Instead of 10 steam power a week, go for 15 steam power a week. Just slow. I think I saw it mentioned above in the comments, where I think it was Sean who said it. It's just, you got to have small goals, really small, achievable goals that start compounding. Then you see big results. But it starts, again, we're doing the whole coming right back to the main point. It all comes back to, like Jen's 2020 vision, doing things, every day doing things. Yeah, absolutely, Scott. That's funny you mentioned that book. That's one of the books that my old company, we all kind of read it and kind of gave us the epiphanies for a lot of the things that we did in the old CTP. Fantastic book. I highly, highly recommend it. And it talks about gamification in big, 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 bold, amazing lessons. It's a really good book, Scott. Thank you for mentioning that. Yeah, absolutely. See, and David, that works. It's a really good point. I mean, a lot of personal development circles and stuff talk about having like a timer and a count time, especially in time management circles, where, okay, you want 10 or 15 minutes to focus on this. As soon as the timer's done, shut down, do something else, or shut down, go for a walk, shut down, go do something. So again, it's personal responsibility, because you don't have someone over your shoulder. So you've got to find these techniques that work for you. Not everything works for everybody, right? I mean, like, I'm really bad at doing the 2020 challenge. I don't have an excuse other than I got a million things going on at once, and it's just, I'm trying to juggle everything. But for me, I'll tell you what keeps me on track for certain things. Specifically, I see the passion and dedication that's Jen and Zoltan and Eliana and all these people that are taking part in it, I see what they're putting into it. I feel super guilty for not sharing that. Like I'm telling people, hey, go, 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 go. And meanwhile, I'm not going. So I see that and it's like, man, that inspires me. So, but that might not work for Blaine. Blaine might be like, I don't want to code things. Like I do the perfect push-up already. You guys, whatever. Something else might work for him. So well, yeah, I mean, it's again, what works for me might not work for you. And there's literally a million ways to skin a fish or skin a cat. What's skin a cat? Skin a fish? I don't know. One of those sayings. There you go. Yes. Yes. It was right next to Kill a Mockingbird. Yeah, Jen, it's a really, really good book. That really spearheaded a lot of the original CTP's company with doing a lot of the gamification that we had in place way back in the day. So I highly recommend it. We called it our secret weapon for years. Justin used to get mad at me when I tell people to go buy it. He was like, don't tell our competition what to do. So skin a cat. Thank you. That's it. Skin a cat. Skin a cat. Gotcha. There you go. Yeah, and a little boy attacking me. Yeah. Sitting outside, bawling his eyes out the other day. He did it today too. He just sat down, started crying. I don't get it. They're kids. They just sit there and cry. No reason. Yeah. He just felt like crying. There you go. Anyways, did this make sense? Was this good value? You guys get a lesson out of this that you can put into action? I hope you did, because again, all this stuff is absolutely useless if you don't put it into action. So I don't have anything set up, but I'm going to work on an entire module on this topic. I think it can help you guys absolutely get amazing results from it. So that's going to be one of my little pet projects as Blaine is coding. And he's like, what do you think of this? So, I'll show him this. And anyways, yeah, so I hope it really worked. Hey, Rob's here. Big shout out to Rob. Rob sent me a bunch of buttons. If you watched my video yesterday, you'll know that I got a magnet up top here. It's beautiful. Thank you, Mr. Paris. Appreciate the buttons. It was awesome. And he sent me a book too. He sent me this. The Evil Salesman. 21 creative ways to generate leads. I thought that was cool. Thank you, Rob. Cool. I'm going to shut down the recording on the YouTubes and the DTubes. So if you are watching on those awesome platforms, thanks very much. Appreciate the upvotes. Appreciate the comments. You guys have a fantastic weekend, and Blaine will see you on Monday. Ta-ta.